This video is going to reaction to a discussion of from villainess to savior, or the most heretical queen from villainess to savior. I don't know, episode 4, the reaction is not going to commence. Wow. Yeah, so... Yeah. True. Right. Well, this is definitely a very different character, isn't it? So we know this is what's supposed to happen. Huh. Did she know? Did she have the powers? I think she did, right, in the game? Alright. So we know this is what's supposed to happen. Now it's time for what is actually happening. She sure did. This is definitely going to be a much more dialogue heavy episode, but this is what it is. Right. Everyone is shocked and confused here. I do enjoy how the power system and everything works here. Probably have as one of a reaction, but I will have a lot to discuss from the last couple episodes. I have a lot of opinions on this anime, that's why I'm honestly making more. Yeah, I really should have reacted to episode 3. Oh. Adoro. Someday's tale. Your power is actually amazing for fighting. I'm certain you will figure something out. After all, there was an interesting suggestion in the last episode about what you can do with your power. Clearly enough, he has some lore and backstory that you can talk about and think about. This guy's power. I mean, in a world where blades are relevant, he's honestly cool, but... Wow, yeah, believe me, no one here cares. You literally saved their lives. I think that's the last thing they're thinking of. Yeah, fair. Yeah. Honestly, a fair reaction. I don't know how else they would react. I mean, yeah, that's also obviously the part of it, but even if you were an adult, I don't think they would have cared much considering the situation. Yeah, sure. Okay, this is a fun show, did I say this? Right, talks, discussions. She's OP. She's insanely broken. I do wonder whether she's gonna get a magical power on top of everything. Oh, special ability user. Right, I think the forcing is supposed to be your special ability, which once again, we don't know whether the special abilities are genetic in this world or whether you get a random one. I think you get a random one, except obviously of the royal family, which maybe that's what the royals are made of. They get, anyway. Oh. Limitations. Honestly, actually for Cell's power, he needs to bulk up and become a very big dude, because his power would... I mean, I can talk about it later. Hopefully I'll remember. Right. I mean, technically speaking, she is the next to the throne. Honestly, in a world where the royal bloodline actually does have legitimate value, like literally seeing the future, it's relevant. Prince, okay. Wow, right. Yeah, you wanted to help him. I guess you can go with that angle. Oof, that's a rough thing to hear. For a good leader, it's a rough thing to hear. Even though it should also be true technically. It depends. Leadership isn't interesting. At least. Oh. Oh. Going with the idea. Right. That he will continue on saving many more, so on and so forth. I get it. I get your speech approach. Very good that you're already good at speeches. Very important. What were you in your previous life? I actually think it's kind of relevant and I would love to see it. Even if you're more mature, I'm curious what type of person you were. In this type of anime, I feel like it could be relevant to find out. And we might. We don't know. I'm really enjoying this way more than I probably should. Right. The possibility. So I wonder, is it that what... Wait, are those memories actually from the game, or is she just seeing the future? I think she can't see the future, she's just seeing the game possibilities. I'm positive at least. Which is a good limitation to actually not have the ability to consistently see. Yeah, I can talk about it again later. We'll see. Yeah. Right. There we go. Okay. Wow, they're showing some great humility. I mean, yeah, there were no casualties, which is insane. But hey, she's overpowered. And Steel's ability is also super overpowered in a different way. I do wonder how far he can get it. Technically his ability can be terrifying. Anyway. Oh, right. The love interest. Who I don't think is actually gonna end up with her, because this isn't a harem show. Right. Okay. Oh, so you're getting your motivation here. Right. Isn't he one of the love interests in the game? I don't think she said anything about it yet. I mean, he is, definitely. Right. I mean, at least this time she's not saying, if I become evil, kill me. That's a lot to put on a kid. Yeah, yeah. Oh, still looking very suspiciously at that. Arthur, of course. Oh. Sword skill to overpower her. Interesting, so he's gonna become better than that. And his special ability is what? Come on. They're not gonna tell us. Okay, it's gonna be relevant later. Really? You don't believe that? How much have you played the game? I don't remember. Right. But good to know that he can become better than her. And apparently he's the only one in the world better than her? That's scary. Yeah, she's a monster. Right. Right. And also... Oh. Don't. Come on. She actually gonna say it. Really? I mean, I will say that. Saying that to them probably actually makes them trust you more. It's not a premonition. Ironic, because nothing she says is actually a premonition. Oh. Right. She is very emotional. You know what? It's actually nice to have an overpowered main character that is actually very... I mean, actually, I'm thinking. Rimuru is pretty emotional as well. I mean, yeah, I would say it's actually good to have... Anyway, we'll see. I can talk about it later. Right. That sentence is worrying. I wonder whether she can become evil in this world, really? But I don't... I mean, we'll see. Okay. Determination. Is he gonna keep the long hair? Because in the previous world, in the game, he cuts it. Right. That's a good sentiment. Okay. Yeah, she's honestly building up insanely valuable allies without thinking about it. She's just a very good person. Right. Still, any more bad looks from you, or... You really do feel like you're gonna be the next love interest, but just... We'll see. I have enjoyed this way more than I think I have any right to. It's so much more enjoyable than I thought. It's one of those shows where I'm really sad we're probably not gonna have as many people as me liking it, because the animation is pretty cool, and it is an isekai, so obviously if I had to look at it at least a little. They've set up the special abilities, and that obviously enough each individual is born with a different one so far. Clearly enough father and son don't have the same ability, otherwise they would have expected him to be as great as his father, because his ability to be immune to swashes is actually very relevant in a world where swords are relevant. So that is cool and all, and obviously enough abilities like Stales obviously enough are not genetic as well, otherwise he would have been added to the royal line. And the overall, I just am very happy that we have a proper world building here. They have political world building with the different characters, how they're set up. They honestly have a legitimately good way of making me understand why the characters that become Pride's allies actually become her allies, how they become infatuated with her even. And the last thing of her always mentioning that if she becomes evil they need to take her down, that's even more appreciated because she legitimately is afraid of that. And I was thinking originally it might be because she's a little stupid, but no. From what we've seen in the show, she's definitely a smart main character. I guess she's just a hyper moral main character as well. She's honestly a Tanjiro level moral character. I mean, I say that, but she also just slaughtered some guys in the last episode, so... Yeah, she's actually a I mean, she just cares about her country, which is, it's respectable, I like that. She also is insanely emotional. You know what? It's just nice. It's just pleasant to have a main character, female main character, that is a badass, absolutely insanely broken and powerful, but also can do what we had in the front room where she was passionate, she was caring, and she actually was insanely emotional. She didn't need to show stoicism? Stoics? Words. But yeah, she didn't need to be stoic in order to prove that she's powerful in that scene, for me personally at least. And obviously the knights resonated with that as well, from her literally saving all of them. So yeah, I just think it was very good. Honestly, for an episode where we had mostly just talking, I really enjoyed it. I just did. And this show overall, animation I think is pretty good, and they have set up why she's overpowered, because she's supposed to be the last boss. And they've also set up that the princess, the love interests, might be able to surpass her together, I believe. Right? Unless there's a harem ending with... I mean, maybe not together, maybe even individually they're gonna become stronger than her, but because this is what it is and how strong she's shown to be, I have the strong suspicion that probably together they're gonna need to beat her. And even though she's good at politics and she's very good at sword fighting, we've already seen that Stella's gonna be a specialist when it comes to politics. And they have, I think they have mentioned that in the game he becomes that, I'm not certain. And now they mentioned that Arthur, because of course that's his name, he's gonna become the best swordsman. And I believe the girl that's with them, the blonde, the sister, she is gonna become someone strong when it comes to future vision. So they all have abilities of hers that are gonna be useful. And still, just his ability to transport anything that's relative to his just size, or I believe weight, that's absolutely ridiculous. Especially if you want to go into some dark places, and from what we've seen from Stale, he is willing to go there if he really wanted to. Then it is unique in the way that clearly enough special abilities are not genetic, or at least not 100% guaranteed. While in this kingdom it seems, I mean, it's definitely not 100% guaranteed, right? I feel like they would have mentioned it. And I don't think it's even likely that you're gonna have the same ability as either of your parents, or even a combination of the two. I mean, we need to see more in order to find out. And also, I think they mentioned that only some people awaken the abilities, so it's difficult to tell. Regardless, that's the thing I'm enjoying. It actually is exploring the world, it's exploring the politics, just the politics, the powers, the actual abilities, and it also just has an overpowered main character that is incredibly nice and understanding. I'm looking forward to the next one. Subscribe to the channel, and I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did.